Hi, I'm Rekha Koita and I'm the co-founder of Koita Foundation. At Koita Foundation, we have two verticals, digital transformation of NGOs and digital health. So it's a very hands-on, very detailed approach. We consider ourselves as partners in the journey of the NGO, and I think that's what we are known for. We don't just give them the funds and let them figure it out. We are there with them at every step of the way, and it's not a project-based approach. It's more of a journey that we are embarking on. I think it's an exciting time to be a philanthropist in India right now because the ecosystem is very vibrant. There is a lot more awareness around philanthropy, around social impact. And I think there are a lot of amazing founders. Many of them are very young who are doing some great work. So I think I just find it very exciting to really engage with a lot of the people I meet and just help them to do what they're doing better or to have a better impact, to be able to scale their operations. So, we see these organizations transform from, being a little hesitant in terms of use of technology. In fact, some of the users have told us that, when we started, we were very scared because we have never used any application before. To see them go from that to a level where they're very confident, some of them then are able to even take things and do them on their own. And that gives a lot of sense of satisfaction. So I think the way to keep learning is really to just kind of dive into the sector, to keep meeting new organizations, interacting with them, getting into really the depth of what they're doing, and that in itself is a huge learning. One of the things I've noticed is, at least in the tech field, is that there is a lot of reinvention of the wheel. Everybody is trying to do the same thing and they're all repeating. So I think our job as philanthropists is also to help connect the dots and to build synergies across organizations. So one is that I think it's really important to have a reality check of what's happening on the ground, to visit the field and to make sure, that you've got that piece right. Second part is it's very important to have CEO engagement. That's like something which cannot be compromised on at all. And at the same time, we have to be very cognizant of the staff, the on-the-ground team, and get them involved right from the beginning. So I think a couple of things that we're trying to find our way around. One is that trying to see how we can scale some of our solutions for specific causes. So now that we've done work with specific NGOs, how does one scale it? So one recent project which we've done for the Balwadis, community Balwadis, we've actually been successful in now scaling that to 850 BMC Balwadis, starting with 54, which was our pilot project. So, how does one do more of that so that you can really amplify the impact of what we're doing? So, I think that is something which we struggle with because especially often we want to scale with government systems. It's not always easy to navigate through that. Other thing is, I think in working with organizations, I think a lot of our projects have been very successful. People are using the applications. They're getting a lot of the data in place and they are using it, to monitor, and they've got impact. Which they're seeing programmatic impact. But I think now what I'm trying to work towards is trying to get some of those organizations to the next level where they can actually use that data to become more, to really become more, their decision making should become more data driven. So see, the first step for us is to understand the NGO's programs. So what is the problem that we're trying to solve and what can be solved using technology? So I think, because while I was at Accenture, I did a lot of IT systems work. So this work is actually what I'm doing here is very similar to that work. It's just that obviously now over a period of time, technology has changed. So the actual tech has changed and the user group and the use cases are very different, but the methodology still remains the same. So I think what I've done is really to try to follow that methodology, but as you get into the sector, you realize that, at every step, there are certain things that you need to take care of. For example, like going to the field, understanding the program, because a lot of the things which we think are possible, when you go to the ground, you realize it's not possible. So you have to, at every stage, figure out what is it that you need to take care of. You need to be very careful also when selecting the organization and clearly lay out before them what are your expectations from them, right? What do you need from the leadership? What kind of team do you need? Whom do you need to be in touch with you? And what is the process going to be like? So you make sure that they are completely prepared for what is the journey going to be like, and they are willing to commit the time and resources for it. When I think about the organizations I support, I feel accountable to them to ensure that, in terms of technology especially, that one is choosing the right problem to solve, we are choosing the right technology, the right vendor, and we're working closely with the team to ensure that the whole project is successful. I also hold myself accountable in a sense to this, that with the CEO, right, to make sure that the CEO, founder, that they are closely involved, and we build that rapport with both the leadership as well as the on the ground team to make sure that things work out. I mean, integrity for sure, because whatever we do, we have to keep the organization and the users and the beneficiary at the center and do whatever is best for them. And also to be honest enough to say that if we have made a mistake, to kind of go back and tell them that this didn't go the way we planned, but we will try to do our best to make sure that this kind of works out. And empathy, that is the other thing. I think there has to be a lot of empathy, because empathy, one is for the end user of the system, also empathy for the CEO, because they are to understand their struggles and why they sometimes can't do what we want them to do. Empathy in the way you're approaching the problem, the way you not just talk to people, but the way you design things for them, for their benefit. I think the only thing I would say is that you follow your heart, find a cause which is dear to you, right, personally, and then I think you have to just dive right in. And once you dive right in with the right intent, I believe the path paves itself.